Yo, it's Brian here. Today, gonna be talking about the San Francisco 49ers, as always, doing another top 3 video, this time covering the 3 players that need to prove themselves in 2018. So this could be any player that's been going through an injury last season or just having a bad season in general for the past couple of years. I'm gonna be including them on this list. There you have it. I think you guys know how this series pretty much works out. But before I get the video started, I want to make a couple of notes. Thank you guys so much for 700 subscribers. It really means a lot to me. Hope I can get to 1,000 soon. It's getting really close to football season. Training camps in a couple of weeks. Preseason play is next month in August, and then the regular season play is in September when they face the Vikings week 1. Should be an exciting time. Football season's coming really fast. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying this top 3 series. I've been enjoying making these videos. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Also, hope you guys had a good 4th of July. I personally did have a good time going home a little bit to hang out with some family and friends and what have you. Hope you guys did have a good one. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible, preferably before football season starts. That would be much appreciative. Before I get the video started, please like and subscribe. As always, it helps out my channel a lot. Share this channel and video with other 49er faithful or even rival fans as well, like the Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals. That would be much appreciative. Anyways, let's get the video started. The top 3 players that need to prove themselves in 2018. Coming in at number 3, I have Josh Garnett, offensive lineman. Now, I put them on this list because of the fact that he was injured last year, and when he was playing in 2016, he didn't really have the best rookie season of his life, but it was with Jim O'Neil and Chip Kelly, so what can you do, right? Garnett, he needs to prove himself during training camp, and I don't know if his roster spot is secured yet. It's kind of questionable at best because of the fact that there's Jonathan Cooper in the books, and also they just signed Laken Tomlinson to a 3-year extension. I don't know, it's going to be a little bit hard for him, but hopefully he can go through, get through training camp, have a pretty good preseason, and make the roster, have a good season, hopefully. I don't know if he's going to make the roster guaranteed, but if he does, he needs to prove himself in 2018 that he can be the guard that we do need to protect Jimmy Garoppolo, of course. Pretty much the offensive line position is filled up. You got Joe Staley on the left tackle, we got Mike McGlinchey on the right, Weston Richburg on the center position. Now just the guard position is all questionable. That's pretty much it. Hopefully Josh Garnett can be the answer to the guard position, probably along with Laken Tomlinson, since he did get that extension deal earlier this offseason. So yeah, I just want to see Garnett do some work. Hopefully in training camp he is going to make some strides, and he has made some strides recently during this whole offseason, and pretty much when he was out in 2017, he lost some weight, which pretty much shows that he's really committed to being good for the 49ers, and hopefully he does. Josh Garnett, hopefully 2018, he's been marred by injuries, a little bit of poor play, and he's making some strides right now. I'd love to see what he can do. Hopefully he can prove himself in 2018 if he makes the roster, of course. Coming in at number 2, I have Arik Armstead, defensive lineman. Now, similar to Josh Garnett, he has been marred by injuries just a little bit, and he hasn't had the best play yet. He hasn't had a breakout season for the 49ers for the past couple of years, ever since he got drafted in 2015. Hopefully in 2018 he can really make that big stride and help the 49ers defensive lineman get some sacks and get some pressure on the quarterback, along with him and DeForest Buckner, Solomon Thomas, those guys. Hopefully he can join in the ranks and be a great defensive lineman for this team. Also, he should be with the roster since the fact that the 49ers did pick up his 5th-year option early on in this offseason. Hopefully in 2018 he can really make that stride and break out along with Solomon Thomas and Buckner, as mentioned, because Buckner has been really damn good so far for the 49ers, and I should see him making that leap even more, as well as Thomas, who similarly has been marred by injuries and just a little poor play as well. That's pretty much the theme for this whole defensive lineman position, but hopefully all of them can flourish, and I think they will flourish this season with a full offseason under Robert Saleh's defense with the 4-3 scheme. Arik Armstead, I haven't been the biggest fan of his yet, but hopefully in 2018 he changes my mind, and pretty much everyone in Niner Empire, Niner Faithful, I'd love to see him make that stride and be that beast defensive lineman that he can be. I think he has potential to do that. Waiting to see what he can do in 2018, and hopefully he can break out. Before I get to the number 1 player that needs to prove themselves in 2018, I want to do a quick honorable mention. Going to be mentioning Jimmy Ward, defensive back. Now, I haven't been the biggest fan of his, as you all know, for the past couple of years, ever since he got drafted in 2013. I still am not a big fan of his. I'm trying to be, but it's really hard when you're injured all the time and you don't have the best play in your whole career. But he has made some nice plays before in the past couple of years for the 49ers. But other than that, I don't know. He's more of a role player, to be honest with you, right now, and I hope he can have a bigger role in 2018, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what Saleh wants to do with him, whether it's nickel corner or defensive back, whatever, free safety. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but Jimmy Ward, love to be a big fan of his, but just right now I haven't been. I hope he can prove himself in 2018. Coming in at number 1 as the player that needs to prove himself the most in 2018 is Malcolm Smith, linebacker. Now, I guess 2 big reasons. One, he was injured all of 2017 before the season even started. He doesn't really have any tape for the 49ers. He does have it for the Seahawks and Raiders, but other than that, nothing about him in 2017 because he was injured with the pectoral injury. I think that was what it was that took him out for the rest of the season. So he never played it down for the 49ers yet. Also, he got a very big contract at that time. I think in 2017 when he did get signed with the 49ers, I think a 5-year, $26 million deal. So there you have it, but hopefully he can live up to that contract, and so far he hasn't lived up to that contract. Hopefully when he gets on the field, he can do a really good job at the linebacker position, solidify that position, and it's going to be kind of hard because there's been some competition between him and Foster somewhat. I mean, I would definitely put Foster as the middle man more than Malcolm Smith, to be honest with you, because I think Foster's more talented. He looked really natural at the position last year when he took over for Navarro Bowman after they cut him. I'm a bigger fan of Foster. I still am a fan of Foster more than Smith, and we'll see what happens in that middle linebacker position. But I'm assuming he's going to be playing the first 2 games since Foster did get suspended a couple of days ago for 2 games. We'll see what happens, but other than that, I think with the big contract that he got last offseason and he never played at all in 2017, he really needs to prove himself as the man that he can be as the linebacker for the 49ers and solidify that position. Although he's a good tackler, that's a good note right there. He's done a really good job with the Raiders and Seahawks at that time, and he was Super Bowl MVP, so I hope he can come back to that form. I'd love to see that Malcolm Smith back then, just injured Malcolm Smith. I'm going to keep it like that. You guys, please let me know what players you think that need to prove themselves in 2018. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I'll try to respond to you guys as soon as possible, and yeah, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will definitely be catching you guys up tomorrow when I talk about first-time Pro Bowlers, I think, in 2018. I'll see y'all then. I hope you guys have a nice day. Bye, guys. Love y'all.